After my sister broke up with her boyfriend, she moved into my place the day after her boyfriend came to apologize and beg for reconciliation. A terrifying heat wave hit that night. She used the excuse that her boyfriend said the spare room was too hot without air conditioning, so she made me move to the spare room. The next day she said the weather was too hot and people were dying outside, so they needed to stay for a few more days. Her boyfriend took advantage when she wasn't paying attention and started touching me inappropriately. I told my sister, but she angrily said it was because I was wearing too little and deliberately trying to seduce him. As the food in the house became scarcer, my sister pushed me out the door, saying this way they could eat a bit less. I died from the heat outside. When I opened my eyes again, I was back to the moment when my sister was crying to me on the phone. Emma, Derek was flirting with other women behind my back and he hit me. I am breaking up with him. Lily's sobbing voice came through the phone, startling me awake. No matter how much he begs this time, I won't get back together with him. He's been hanging around outside my apartment every day. Can I stay at your place for a couple of days? My sister's tearful voice jolted me. A strong, unshakable thirst spread through my entire body. The suffocating heat that felt like it was evaporating my very being made me gulp down several large glasses of ice water. When I couldn't drink anymore, I realized I had been reborn. I had returned to my previous life, to the day when my sister called crying about breaking up. That was indeed the last time I heard her say she wanted to break up in my previous life, because not long after, a global heat wave was coming. It was an unprecedented, abnormal heat wave. Many people would lose their lives in this event. I was one of them. It was this phone call that led to my death and the subsequent events. My sister Lily had dropped out of high school for a man and had been in an on-again, off-again relationship with her dropout boyfriend for years. Every time it was all talk and no action. When she called me, she could hardly speak a sentence without mentioning that man of hers. Every time she would be cursing her scumbag boyfriend one second, swearing to break up, and the next second she'd be happily posting lovey-dovey content on social media. Love is about breaking up and getting back together, and in the end, not being able to live without each other, she'd write with heart emoji. I remember once asking her why she got back together with him again. Wasn't she breaking up with that jerk? Unexpectedly, she got angry and slapped me. Emma, what kind of sister are you? Are you jealous of my happiness? Are you cursing me? I gave up my chance to go to college for you and this is how you repay me? You are worse than an ungrateful wretch. She berated me as if every breakup was my fault. I angrily turned and left, not talking to her for a long time. A few days later she called to apologize, then asked to borrow money, saying she was planning to marry Derek and needed to buy a new house. Emma, I am not as educated as you and I don't earn as much as you do. Your sister has finally found someone she wants to spend her life with. Don't you want me to be happy? She spoke while crying, implying that I owed her because I got an education and she didn't. I told her directly that this was the last time and she shouldn't use this to guilt trip me anymore. So when she asked for $200,000, I gritted my teeth and gave it to her. This was money I had saved up through hard work day and night. It wasn't the first time I had given her money, but she had never paid me back. After our parents died, she was my only relative left. They always said that Lily had a low education and it wasn't easy for her to make money outside, so they told me to help her if I could. I never hesitated when she needed something. She had taken nearly $300,000 from me over time, with reasons ranging from buying a house to losing her job due to her low education level. The real reason was that her boyfriend was a lazy, good-for-nothing who had racked up a mountain of debt, and she was happily following behind, cleaning up his messes. That night, I had an acute appendicitis attack. The pain was excruciating. I managed to drag myself to the hospital for surgery. The surgery cost $5,000, but after giving her the money, I only had $5,000 left. I called her asking for $3,000 for the surgery.